Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 40 of FTB Interactions. Start us off today, like the last episode, let's make another batch of Draconium. Maybe 400? Looks like we can do 400. Alright, fire. Nice. With that started, I think we'll find very quickly that this tank will get drained. And I realize, why am I still using a stone drum, or a steel drum, to buffer life essence? We have much better tanks available now, and they can hold significantly more, larger buffer. So let's break that and replace it with a better buffer. I can even put this back inside. There we go. Now our we won't effectively waste life essence from our buffer filling up. It can, we can drain from our buffer far faster than we can drain from the altar. So this will just provide us more life essence LP for use later. All right. Moving on from that, let's see. I think I want to start today by making the creative model learner. Not necessarily because I want the creative model learner, but the quest reward for it is the Ender Dragon data model, and that's the only way to get that data model. And the Ender Dragon data is how we get dragon eggs. Well, it's the easy way to get dragon eggs. We could also go kill dragons, but that's far more work. All right, so looking at this recipe, it doesn't look all too bad. I mean, yeah, everything here we have, right? We just, I've already run those simulation types, so we just need to take our deep learner and put everything through an assembler with a little bit of polytetrafluoroethylene. I couldn't find an IV assembler that we had already that didn't have a fluid in it, so I just made another one. Anyways, put a little bit of PTFE in and craft. Now this does use up our model learner, so I hope that for our deep learner, I hope we don't need to make another deep learner because I still haven't gotten more purple slime. Can I? No, this uses purple slime. So yeah, I don't have a. I still haven't quite figured out how to. Oh, here we go. So I need blue slime matter to make it, huh? Well, can I just like right click this? Or maybe the quest reward is already leveled up? Nope. Alright, I need to somehow get a deep model learner then so I can use this thing to level up our Ender Dragon data model. That's an awkward problem to run into. Oh, that was easy. Turns out the leaves from purple slime trees just have a chance to drop them. And I know I did this before, but the first time I needed some purple slime, but I guess I just got unlucky a bunch of times. Because that was the first tree, and it dropped some slime. I'm gonna go for a little bit more just in case I need more purple slime down the road, but I mean that tree didn't give any. Hey, more purple slime. Alright, that should do it. So according to this tooltip, I think do I put this inside? No, I don't. And then I just shift right click, it was? Shift right click to increase tiers. Oh look, it's basic now. And it's self-aware, haha, nice. Alright, well there's our next creative item. What are we at now? 5, 6, something like that? And then we just have to put the data model in the machine. I'll let it finish its current cycle, I guess. And upgrade the energy we provide to it. Right now we're only providing 1,000, but it uses a bit more than 1,000 RF a tick. It uses, yeah, 2560. So, anyways, I'm going to run this a little bit until it gets us a couple pristines. In fact, I could probably time and bottle it a few times. 42% chance. Can't be that rare, right? Are there other items in here? That's not supposed to happen. Hey, look, pristine Ender Dragon. And those turn into more dragon eggs that we'll use to summon more Ender chickens. I did some thinking about it, and I'll probably just end up summoning 40-ish Ender chickens by hand, and that's not too unreasonable. I found that any blocks that are on the ground level here are liable to be griefed, but if I put my summoning altar and all my functional blocks higher up off the ground, they won't be griefed by the Ender chickens. I think it's when they die they grief the blocks around them. But yeah, so I have to get, it takes more than just the eggs to summon them. Really, it's just I need to craft a bunch of shifting stars. And these are annoying because they use non-stacking items and yada yada yada. But I'll go make 40, I suspect, might be enough. Let's summon 40, or wait, hold on. if each set of ender chickens gives like 800 neutrons, yeah, 40 sets will be plenty. So plan on that. Shifting stars are a contender for the most annoying item to craft. Not only can this step not be auto-crafted, it uses a single, a one-stack bucket, and the rune marble can't even be auto-crafted. You have to craft this in your arcane crafting table. I'm gonna try to see if you can craft with the reservoir. I think I've tried this before and it didn't work, but oh, it can. Alright, that makes the fact that it uses a bucket of starlight a lot less annoying. Assuming it doesn't consume our reservoir at the first go. Let's try it. Grab our wand and go. Alright, no, it's still annoying, it's less annoying. They also don't stack in your inventory. Alright, good enough then. That's 40, and I think with that we're ready to go summon some ender chickens. I made 4 total summoning altars, so I can do 4 sets of summons at once, and... oh, wait, does it put the whole stack in? Come on, altar. Nothing gets to be easy. So I had this brilliant idea then. I'll use a player interface to stock my hotbar with 1 item at a time. That way, I can just right-click them on, right? Well, apparently the player interface only looks at your 3x9, not your hotbar. So I have it configured with a limited item filter to put 1 of each item, and it's on right now. And if I make room in my grid here, it works as expected, but it ignores these items. In fact, if I take the dragon egg, right, and put it here, it, yeah. I mean, I guess I can, this is like workable. It'll kind of automatically restock my inventory, but it's less ideal. I was hoping I could put it directly on my hotbar. Whatever. Moving on, it's tough to even tell which ones already have a star on them. There we go. Oh, I guess combined with the auto restock of, oh, as long as I'm not too fast. Combined with the auto restock of inventory tweaks, this isn't too bad. But if I click too fast, then it doesn't work, because the system hasn't given me an extra item yet. Whatever. I'm going to go through the summoning process here. So, seeing has gotten a little difficult. Hearing is also a little difficult. But I just go one to another, try to find the next Zen summoning portal, and then just click it all on. Found if I go in sequence, in series, instead of in parallel, they're pretty good about restocking my inventory in time for the next one. However, at this point, I literally cannot see where my Zen summoning portal is. This is awful. Haha! I moved the one probe to the upper left-hand corner so I can tell what I'm looking at. Victory. Anyways, lots of ender chickens are being summoned, and lots of ender chickens are dying. I have no clue how much through the process I am, but if we just look at the number of Neutronium piles we have, it is climbing up relatively quickly. So, while I can neither see nor hear what I'm doing, I can tell it's working, which I guess is good enough for me. Let's get 3 more summoned, I guess. Now, the earliest ones I've summoned are starting to die, so that's good. The bad news is my frame rate is like 2. I think I'm going to let these all die off before I keep summoning more. We'll see how many piles of neutrons we have now. 6,000 right now. It's actually not climbing up. Oh, they destroyed my collector. Huh, or maybe I did that. Well, hopefully the piles of neutrons aren't dying to their laser beams and stuff. Where's my cache? There it is. Ooh, 10,000, much better. Oh, that was probably the cause of the lag, too. From all the piles of neutrons that were flying around. Anyways, 20,000 is my goal, so apparently we're halfway there. I see how they griefed my item collector. You see that chicken right there? The one that spawned on top of my cache? He managed to, I guess he stayed up there his entire life, and when he died, he griefed my item collector. There we go, he's off now. 17,000 and counting. It's looking like I might not have to keep summoning chickens. The ones left behind. That's a lot of ender chickens. That's probably enough. So let's check how many materials I have left. 9, 10, 11. So of my 40, I summoned 29 of them, and they summoned 3 each. So just under 100 total chickens. And, well, there were 100 chickens. I think there's less than that now because they started dying. Aha! We've passed the 20,000 mark, and I still have a bunch of chickens left. So those will be extra, I guess, in case I miscounted or needed more for, you know, things besides the ultimate chicken, whatever chicken, infinity chicken. But I'm gonna wait for everything to die, and we'll count our total, I guess. We'll fly a little bit further away too, so that I can hear things. It's beautiful watching all of them die. Last chicken. I hope you enjoyed your long and happy life contained within RF Tools shields being dissolved by antimatter. So total yield of 22,000, and I guess it's still ticking up as he dies. 22,057. Good enough for now. I'll leave all this infrastructure here in case we need it for some reason down the line, but let's head back to our base and set up turning these into, at least into ingots, main base. I know it takes a lot of TNT. I don't know exactly how much a lot is, so I guess we'll find out. I can probably just replace, or put, yeah, I'll put this here. Haha! And neutrons are now on our ME system. It takes 16 TNT to turn 36 neutrons into 4 nuggets, so that's a usual 9-to-1 ratio, except add some TNT. And then it takes another 32 TNT to turn the nuggets into ingots. Thankfully, I think ingots into blocks is just set in a compressor, so that one's trivial, but it takes a bit over a stack of TNT per ingot, so I have a feeling I don't have enough ingot or enough TNT. But we'll let the ME system tell us how it feels about that. So how many? It was like 20 blocks, right? So that's about 180 ingots. Can you make me 180 ingots? No, we are short 13,000 gel toluene. That's less than I expected, actually. But I guess that's because we had our wood system, right? Making toluene here. Nope, not that one. This one. Although you are also stopped. Why is that? Because your carbon is full? Well, I'd rather have toluene than carbon. So let's just, oh, that's our last barrel void upgrade. Void upgrade the barrel, everything should turn on. We start voiding excess carbon, excess carbon. I'll set you to extract only, so that we don't throw away more carbon than we have to. But this is running again, and this will produce toluene. It'll be probably a day or two for it to produce the 13,000 we need, but it'll also be a day or two until we need all of it, I hope. Maybe I can overclock the machine at here. Let's overclock our pyrolyze oven one tier. Right now it's EV. I think I can bump it up to IV. Alright, with our pyrolyze oven running at IV, we're making over 1 a second? About 1 a second? So I guess at 1 a second, 13,000 is what, like 3 hours, 4 hours of production? That's not half bad. For now, let's get 1 Neutronium block because there's a quest for it. I didn't check its rewards, but maybe it rewards a couple more Neutronium blocks. It has to make a lot of TNT. Next up, let's charge some Draconium blocks. These are just needed to craft Awakened Draconium. So, into the input they go. Yeah, everything will fit in there. And I think this process takes a while. 1200 takes per item. So we'll let it run, and eventually our outputs will be in this chest. But we'll come back for that in, I don't know, however long it takes to charge 32 blocks, I guess. So at this point, we're making Neutronium. We made Crystal Matrix ingots. We've gathered Dragonstone, are making Charged Draconium. All that's left is to get a bunch of Dragon Hearts, I guess. 2 ways to do that. We can either kill Chaos Dragons or Ender Dragons. Ender Dragons require resummoning it with this thing, whereas Chaos Dragons just require flying to them, but the fight's longer. I don't know which one is easier. It's probably easier to make the end crystals than it is to fly 5,000 blocks and kill a Chaos Dragon and repeat. So making the end crystals is going to take just a little bit of lumium. That's the only material in here that we don't have yet, and some crafting. But I'm going to set up a blast furnace to make lumium for us, and then I guess it's time to go kill at least a handful more end dragons. When you overclock recipes sufficiently, even blast furnaces can be fast. I think it's 4 ticks to process lumium. That's pretty good. I guess that means it never took particularly long to begin with, but oh yeah, it's an 11-second recipe at MP. Well, whatever. This blast furnace is probably overkill for the job, but it's fine. I have 2 dragon hearts. I wish you could use the ice and fire dragon hearts for this, but it doesn't appear like you can, alas. So if I want to do 32 blocks, which I think is more than I need of Awakened Draconium, that's what, 24 more end crystals? 4 per dragon and 6 dragons. So what I'm going to do is I can't actually do this recipe automatically because it has to be done in a Celestial Altar. Also, I haven't run my ME system up to there yet. But I'll just have it output its ingredients into this chest, and then I'll take them and craft by hand. This way, I still have the AE2 system doing all the annoying microcrafting that gets us to here, and pulling all the ingredients out, and all I have to do is finalize the craft. Which, apparently it can only craft 1 at a time. So, I'll be hitting this with a wand a whole bunch of times. The fact that this craft takes like 5 seconds while max time in a bottle means it takes like maybe 2 minutes without time in a bottle? That's like 3 seconds with time in a bottle, right? It's 64x speed when max time in a bottle. So if it's taking 3 seconds with it, geez, it's also sometimes really loud. Sometimes it's not. But if it takes 3 seconds with time in a bottle, that's 3 minutes to craft without it. That's crazy. All 24 end crystals are crafted, so let's head over to the end and start fighting dragons, I guess. Dragon number 1. I'll probably just cut all this footage because I don't think anyone wants to watch me fight 6 more dragons this late in the game. Damage now that I can kill the end dragon without bothering with his crystals. So, as soon as he spawns, if I get a good shot off, I get like 80% of his health. I did better the first time around, but... And now I can't hit because I'm recording, apparently. There we go. Fight's much easier when you don't have to kill the crystals. Or at least it's much faster. Last one. They've also apparently stopped laying eggs after the first 3. I don't know why. 6 more dragon hearts, 6 dragon scales, which apparently are effectively elytras. And let's go home and charge some, or not charge Draconium, but awaken the Draconium. Let's see, has all our Draconium been charged? It has, nice. Wait, 16. I thought, did I not put enough stuff in? I thought I had 24 or 32. Yeah. What happened to the rest of them? Oh, I didn't put acceleration cards in the export bus. So it's like always waiting for the export bus. Alright, well, I guess I have to wait for this thing to finish charging the other 16 blocks. Our 1 block of Neutronium has finished, so let's get that quest reward. I hope it's good. I hope it's like 6 blocks of Neutronium. Or 32 piles of Neutronium. Close enough. While we wait for the rest of the charged Draconium to charge, let's do a few odds and ends. So, one thing I'm going to need is the Infinity Catalyst uses blocks of silicon rubber. So let's I have it in fluid form here, but let's start turning some of that into blocks. So that's going to need a block mold and a fluid solidifier. I make some plates too, but we're going to make plates and blocks now. Another thing we're going to need a lot of for Infinity Catalysts are empowered diamantine crystals. So we're going to have to set up another terrestrial agglomeration system for it. I'm going to test real quick if these are allowed to share sides with each other, kind of like, you know, like blast furnaces, I guess. I've actually never built two touching each other like this before, so... I mean, there's no clear sign if it's working or not, right? I guess we just have to test crafting something on it. Well, here we go. Yeah, looks like it does work. Okay, cool. So I'll basically just copy this system here. Apparently that's a quest complete. This system I have here for making empowered something or another, empowered void, and have it make empowered diamantine instead. This system of having one agglomeration plate per recipe takes up a bit more space, but it's a lot easier to configure than having multiple recipes share the same plate. So let's request a bunch of these. Let's even request the blocks. With 10 blocks just to get some crafting going. And we should see items falling. Yep. And it's off to work. Alright, I think I've managed to kill enough time with those mini projects for this thing to be done. Yep, 32 charged Draconium blocks. Now to turn them into awakened Draconium. So I'm just going to hand feed these into the fusion crafter. It's only a couple items. And I might have to improve I will have to improve our power. But anyways, the charged Draconium goes in there. So using basic hoppers, geez. And then everything else just goes on the outside. As long as they're not in single item mode, I can just throw it all... No, 8 items per injector. I'm missing something. Neutronium? 16 ingots of aberration neutronium. That's the wrong item. Give those back. Alright, and then I guess I can start it with redstone. Don't have a redstone clock somehow. There you go, a redstone clock. It's like no good place to put it. There we go. Alright, well we're off. This takes a fair bit of energy, I think. Well, only 9 million. Of course, I'm feeding it something like 1,000 a tick, so that's way too little. Oh no, I have a redstone, so that's 5,000 a tick. Still way too little. I'm going to upgrade the conduits and stuff. This system seems like a good time to start using the Flux network. This is wireless energy transfer with no limits. It, I believe, can intake Regtech energy and output RF. So inserts Flux plug, withdraws energy, and then I have to configure it. Oh, so it looks like you have to choose either RF or EU, so you can't have one do both. You can't input one and have auto convert. So I guess we'll use CEUs to convert EU to RF. So a 4x CEU to convert this to RF. This will output up to, dear lord, a lot of RF, like 500,000 a tick-ish. And then I just have to transfer that. And on the other side, I just need a flux point to withdraw energy. We can see it's withdrawing 20,000 and change RF a tick. That's the limit of the energy cables. I guess if I wrap energy cables around it, I probably can squeeze a little bit more out of it. How did you get there, of all places? Yeah, now it's a bit more. Although now we're withdrawing enough energy that the crafting is fast. And there's only 2 more cycles left to go. Oh yeah, this is fast enough. I was thinking about upgrading the cables to the cryo stabilized flux ducts, the ones that have no transfer limit, but I don't think we need to do better than this. At least not unless we have to use the fusion crafting to make something else down the line. But that is 32 blocks of awakened Draconium. Haha. JEI says that I can turn awakened Draconium into blocks into ingots in my crafting grid, but I feel like I'm being lied to. I guess we'll use a forge hammer for it. I've never built a forge hammer better than the Steam one, so whenever I need forge hammering too, it's right over to the Steam machine. Alright, I guess that works. I need some in ingot form because I want to make an awakened core, which is going to take a little bit more crafting. One awakened core coming right up. And my plan for this is just to use it to upgrade our mob spawner so that it spawns more mobs. I believe the difference between an awakened core and a Draconic core is actually, or a wyvern core spawner is actually pretty darn big. So, well, that's a quest too. Nice. Maybe it gives me more awakened cores. Or maybe it doesn't. Alright, anyways, let's, apparently missing a block. Let's just upgrade the spawner. There we go. I believe we get our wyvern core back. Maybe not. I guess it just eats it. Womp womp. No, there it is. It was just sitting on top of the spawner. So now that it's an awakened core spawner, it should spawn more mobs. There we go, yeah. So like the time between mob spawning is reduced and the number of mobs spawned at once is increased. Although sometimes it still takes a while. Whatever, it's a better spawner now. Let's start setting aside ingredients for that chicken now. So that's 20, where's the recipe for it? 20 awakened Draconium blocks. 16 crystal matrices should be pretty easy too. Let's get those. I guess I have to convert the ingots into blocks first. There's a couple other things we can produce right now too for the chicken. 16 crystal clusters. Those are easy. And a chaos shard, 8 corrupted glitch hearts, and 8 neutronium. So a chaos shard. I forget how many. 6 was it? Six glitch hearts and some number of neutronium blocks. Was it 8? Yeah, 8. Alright, so let's put all this down and see what exactly we're missing. I think we're getting pretty close. There's still the infinity blocks, which are perhaps the hardest part of it. So while we might be close by number of items, there's still a ways to go by how much work we have to do. So 8 stem cells, crystal matrices, and crystal clusters. Of these 8 different ingredients, 7 of them are in this chest. All that's left are the infinity blocks. Of course, leave the hardest for last. 4 infinity blocks is going to take 9 infinity catalysts. The awakened Draconium we already have, and the little bit of argon is free. So 9 infinity catalysts is 36 of each of these blocks. Let's see about gathering this stuff up. I don't think I have the TNT to make the Neutronium yet, but I think maybe we can get everything else put together. Besides the Neutronium, the other thing that's a little bit tricky to make are these advanced alchemical constructs. So we need 9 of them, I believe, right? It's 1 per? Yeah. So, but they also use a primordial pearl. I suspect they don't actually use the entire pearl, but I haven't actually checked yet. So if I request them, their ingredients should end up in here shortly. And if I give it a low durability pearl, is it... It is unwilling to craft with a low durability pearl? Maybe it does use the entire primordial pearl. Well, let's see what happens if I give it the full durability one, I guess. Yikes, it does use it up. I don't get to keep it. I was expecting to keep the primordial pearl. I'm going to need 8 more primordial pearls then. Easiest way to make more primordial pearls, in my opinion, is starting with the full durability one, craft something with it, in this case a Void Seer's Pearl. So this should draw 1 durability off the pearl. I might not have the aspects. Looks like I'm missing some aspects. And when this crafting is done, this leaves you with a damaged pearl and a useless item. Take your damaged pearl and go put it through the sky cauldron a few times. And out the other end come shiny new pearls. Each pearl can produce 5 total, or because it consumes itself in the process 4, because it is no longer usable. So I have to go through this process a couple more times to make enough full durability pearls to craft those advanced alchemical constructs. And just like that, we have 8 shiny, brand new primordial pearls ready to be used. So, craft. Alright, that should take care of our advanced alchemical constructs. And with that, I think we're as far as we can go today. Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different items, we have 4 of them. The diamantine crystals are still crafting. They take a little bit of time because I can only craft 1 ingot at a time. But yeah, these are crafting. And the Neutronium I can't make anymore because I'm out of toluene to make TNT. So I have 7 ingots and 5 blocks. But I can't make any more blocks because that takes more toluene. So let's wrap things up here for today. We'll let our toluene automation run for the next day or so. Come back tomorrow and make our infinity catalyst and then our infinity ingots and ultimately the infinity chicken, which once he is made, makes producing a lot of these late game resources much more easy. He can directly melt his eggs into red matter. You can directly make primal mana, although I guess we don't really need primal mana once we can directly make red matter. Perhaps more importantly, his egg melts into molten infinity. It centrifuges into, I guess, more chickens. Nothing here is really all that valuable. And it autoclaves into neutronium ingots. So having the infinity chicken makes a lot of these late game resources far, far easier to get. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.